Funky.
Hey everybody, welcome back behind the bar with me this evening. Tonight we're revisiting a brewery that I've actually reviewed a couple times on the channel that is local to me in Kansas City metropolitan area and a lot of Missouri now as well and other areas of Kansas. Crane Brewing Company. I actually have a few of their bottles out, which is foreshadowing because I'm going to be reviewing a few of their beers coming up. But first off for tonight is a new release that they have coming out into the market here shortly called Amber plus Brett Forever, which is a Belgian style ale with Brettanomyces bottle condition, 6.8% ABV. Yeah, there's a really fun story on the side of the bottle about Amber and Brett flirting with each other, which is kind of funny. I know that they were pouring this, checking out the bottle, at the Parkville Microfest this last weekend. I think it was last weekend, here in Kansas City, which I was not able to go to this year, which sucks, because that's actually my favorite Kansas City beer festival. But regardless, we're going to get to try it. I'm going to pour it out into a Tiku. It's actually personalized with my last name initial, which is fun. Thank you to the person that I doubt they watch, but thank you to the person that got these for me. But regardless, so this is going to be kind of a Belgian style amber. Basically, would be my guess, an amber ale with Brettanomyces, which is going to be really interesting. Amber ales are fine, but adding Brettanomyces, I'm on board with. So I'm curious what it's like. I know nothing about this beer except what it says on the bottle. Before I dive in, though, because I know a lot of people watch, some people watch these videos, especially locally, and I want to be completely and totally upfront. These bottles were provided to me. So this bottle was provided, and the next couple that I'm going to be reviewing. In fairness, I've actually paid for pours of some of these beers, but these bottles were given to me to review. So, which I was happy to do. I love Crane Brewing Company, but they're well aware that if I'm not a fan of a beer, I'm not going to lie to anybody. So I'm going to tell you exactly what I think, but wanted to be upfront with that since it hasn't happened too much on this channel, but it has happened with these. So, but regardless, pours out kind of like an amber ale. Just kind of a like brown, reddish brown, golden, dark, you know, pretty translucent, a little bit of haze in that. I can see through it, though. I can see my finger shadow up to the light. When I poured it out, about a finger of off-white, kind of like, yeah, off-white, kind of mother of pearl head. Big, good carbonation, though. See bubbles coming up the side of the glass. Looks good in the glass, though. I mean, 6.8%, this is one of the higher ABV beers that they've released. In the market. I mean, their Weisses and Gozes are obviously typically less than 5%, but this is their Saison and Farmhouse. I know is a little higher, but yeah, so 6.8%, but looks great in the glass. Yeah, let's dive in and see what it smells like. Did you guys know that I love Brett? I love Brett. This is just that bready, funky. Like, I'm getting a little bit of, like, that horse blanket, but just, like, fun. Like, just that it's just, like, that pure Brett Belgian horse blanket, like, funk. I mean, this just smells like a big Brett beer. I mean, I don't know, you know, there's a lot of Brettanomyces beers out there these days. I mean, tons of people are using different strands of Brett. This is more middle-of-the-road Brett for me. There's some Brett strains that I'm not a big fan of. But this one is really, like, bubblegummy, really funky baking bread. It's got some fruity esters to it. Not a ton, but a little tiny bit of like banana, wheat elements, but I'm getting a little bit of the malt from the amber aspects of this beer. It smells, I mean, if you like Brett beers, if you like Brettanomyces, this has definitely got a really big Brett nose, which is great. Yeah, Yeah, it's great. It smells fantastic. Yeah, I can't wait to dive in, see what it tastes like. I'm going in completely blind on this beer. I actually knew really nothing about it, but I do know that it's going to be out in market here really soon, according to the folk at Crane that I go hang out with occasionally. But actually, you can go to the brewery. If you're in Kansas City, it is available at the brewery in Raytown right now, but we'll be in market soon. But sounds like a sales pitch. I'm actually a salesperson in real life, which is weird. But no, let's see what it smells like. Cheers. Or tastes like. That was horrible. I've had a couple tonight, guys. I apologize. No, let's see what it tastes like, guys. Cheers. Yeah. Wow. That's so first off, very flavorful beer. It's not watery or anything like that. It's definitely got a good. I mean, it's still in my mouth, and I haven't had anything for a few seconds. It's definitely still staying around. Great carbonation, good mouthfeel. This is trippy though. So like, you kind of with a lot of some amber ales, you'll get a little bit of like malt sweetness, like almost like a tailored back like Marzen or Oktoberfest, where you get that caramely sweetness from the like crystal malts that they'll put in those beers, and the darker like pale ale malt, just malts in general that are making up that beer. But you get the sweetness from like those crystal malts, the caramel, all those elements. But then it goes like from the sweetness of that and the complexity that is a lot of those beers and just kind of roasty sweetness. And then it goes into this like Belgian funk that you would expect, like that I described, that just that Brettanomyces, like just I keep using the word funky, but like straw, like horse blanket, like that farmhouse kind of just, and I'm getting it. I am getting a tiny bit of like banana esters. I'm getting a little bit of that funkiness, but just a smidge, just on the like, just kind of as it goes through. Just kind of that like mushy banana that just kind of blends in with that horse blanket, straw, dirt, but funk, right? And then it plays really well with the amber malt, like the amber aspects of this beer, that sweet, like German Marzen caramely sweetness. This is good. I never would have thought in my life to add Brett to an amber. I've probably had one or two maybe in my life that have it. And as this warms a smidge, I'm starting to get a little bit more of the maltiness from the amber aspects of this on the finish. That just kind of like dusty grain that I describe sometimes with beers, just like you just had, like that. It's just kind of dusty, right? That kind of finish. See what they say about it. Nothing really about flavor profile or anything. But yeah, this is really good, guys. I mean, the great thing about Crane beers, at least to me, is that they're not expensive. I mean, I think this runs $10 to $12, somewhere in there for a 750 of a 6.8% beer. I mean, that's great value. And if you like Brett, you're gonna like this beer. The amber, I've said it a few times, the amber ale aspects of this beer play really nicely with the Brettanomyces. Like I said, great carbonation. It really flows across the tongue really nicely. Finishes kind of just funky. This is really good. Being completely honest, I didn't expect much from this beer. This was of the ones that I picked up and that I've had from them, by far the least excited that I've been about one of them. Just because I just don't like amber ales for the most part. but I think that it plays really well. Like the aspects of an amber ale that I really like, which blend into very similar to like a Marzen. Just that caramely sweetness. It plays, like I said, plays really. I'm just repeating myself. It plays really well with the Brett. So, yeah, this is great. Well done, Crane. As far as a grade, I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that this is world class, but it's really well made. I'm not picking up on any off flavors or anything like that, which can come up with a lot of these beers. Yeah, no, tasty stuff. As far as a grade, I'm gonna go 92 out of 100. If you would have asked me ahead of time, and I do this to myself occasionally just based on what I know about a beer as far as style and everything, I probably would have pegged this around like an 86. This is definitely an A beer. I mean, A minus, but definitely an A beer. Crane, to this point, has not made a bad beer to me. They made some ones that surprised me, one of which I'm going to review here in a couple, probably in a week or two, that kind of threw me for a loop as far as what I was expecting. So I'll be curious to see what another bottle tastes like. But yeah, no, this is really good stuff. If you're in the Kansas City area, pick it up. If you're not in the Kansas City area and you watch these videos, Crane is killing it. If you like those style, if you like Gozas and Berliner Weisses and Saison, farmhouse IPAs, those type of things, they are making damn good stuff, and they're just getting started. Like, I know with some of the beers that are coming down the pipe that are in barrels right now and things like that, like, we're gonna get some damn freaking good beers here in Kansas City that I'm really gonna be proud of. So we'll leave it there, guys. 92 out of 100. I'm a big fan of this beer. Pick it up if you can. It's available at the brewery right now in Raytown, and their new little like private, like not private, but they have a new little tasting area until their tap room's finished that you can go out and drink in with some tables and some cool little Christmas like ambient lights in the rafters and stuff. It's real nice. I was just out there yesterday actually, and it's real cool. But yeah, no, it's sweet. And I'm actually wearing my Crane hat. I paid for this though. Paid for it, but yeah, no, it's great stuff, guys. Go check them out. We'll leave it there. 92 out of 100. Pretty sweet. On a channel note, I'll leave this at the end for anybody that actually makes it through these videos. I am actually getting closer and closer to 500, and I am subscribers. And I'm going to do some fun stuff, guys. I don't know if it's going to be done in time, but right now I'm actually having some fun stuff done. I'm going to have a logo made for the channel. I have a general idea of what I want it to be with some wording and stuff, and I have a buddy working on that for me. Once that's finished, we're going to be doing some fun stuff. You know, logoed stuff. With logos that we might give away. I think once we reach 500 subscribers, for the couple, like once we hit kind of that, and then maybe like 50, 100, something like that after, I'm going to be giving away branded bottle openers once I get them finished up and made. Already open discussions on that, and maybe some glassware, maybe some fun stuff, but I just appreciate you guys watching, so I want to have some fun with it. So if it costs me a little money, that's not a big deal. I just want to have some fun, so I'm going to be giving some shit away. So do some bottle openers that are actually legit, that nobody paid me to talk about, and some glassware, maybe some other fun stuff. I thought about actually giving beer away, but I just don't know. Like I'm kind of would be the right word. I would be really worried about somebody underage trying to subscribe and get beer or something. I'd want like a picture of your ID and all those kinds of things. I was like, that gets out of hand. So we'll just do fun bar stuff. So if you don't know Yopener, these are fucking fantastic with the wax cutter and everything that goes along with those. They're awesome. They're like really rustic. Anyways, regardless, I'm gonna get some of these made, and we're gonna get some glassware and stuff, and do some fun things. So I'm rambling now. So 92 out of 100 on the Crane Amber plus Brett forever ever. And once again, badass origami artwork. And yeah, no, thanks for coming behind the bar, guys. Until next time, thank you for the likes, subscribes, and comments. Cheers.